What's up, everybody? John from Old Reading Farm here. Thanks for joining us. In today's video, we are going to do a lot of sawmilling on our Woodland Mills HM136MAX sawmill. Because one of the projects that I've had half finished for the longest time has been our new alpaca fence. And it is just damn time. Woo. I dropped my water bottle to finish it. So first thing I got to do, I got my Kubota tractor here. I got to take the bucket off and put on the forks. But I also need to do a little alpaca feeding, and I got a couple other things. But anyway, so peacocks. So this is what we got here so far. So we have had these posts in the ground for a couple months now, and it's just time to get it settled. So we have the alpacas on a dry lot over here currently. We have that pasture over there, but when all of them are over there, they eat a lot of the grass. So the idea is to eventually get them 3 different pastures that we can rotate them on. And I mean, frankly, they could come in here and clean this up right now. But so you see, we have basically one line of rails over there, but we need a lot more. And I have a bunch of rails already milled. I think I need like 100 more, literally. It's a lot. And you know, we got our sawmill, we got our 136MAX. We can cut up some big logs. So I'm gonna put the pallet forks on the tractor, and then I gotta do a couple things to get the mill all ready, and then we'll get to milling. All right, so we're down here at the HM136MAX sawmill. We're all ready to go. I'm gonna throw a new blade on her. Now, some of the logs that I have here are a little bit older, but I got like some of these nice big ones. And so I think what I had done previously, and so I have my slab rack over there that I actually need to modify. That's a little too tall. But I'm gonna see, because what I had done previously is I would cut this into a cant. So basically a square beam. And now what I found on some of the larger logs when I was cutting some carving blanks was that it was easier to cut like 8-inch sections. So if I cut it like about right there, so you can see I'd get like a 9-inch section going this way. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, man. If I cut it there, man. Freaking big is this log anyway? All right, so that's like a 20-inch. So I may be able to get a 16-inch cant out of that, and then maybe I can even cut 1-inch slabs and then just cut them down from there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm just gonna have to throw it on the mill and see what happens. All right, so taking a quick timeout. So I've made my initial top cuts here, and I'm left with, so I have 13 inches basically side to side. So if I cut this as a square, so like right down there, and I cut those 2 other round edges off, I would end up with like a 15-inch by 13-inch block. Now, that doesn't do me a lot of good, because what I'm trying to end up with are 8-inch lengths. So I really need to be in, groups of 8, 16, 24, 32. That way I can cut it down from there. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna cut 1 1/4-inch sections off the top until I get to that 8-inch square. And then once I get to that 8-inch square, I'm gonna flip it up on the other side and then cut those squares off. So then the last cant that I'm left with is just what I need to cut the blanks, the rails from. Because I'm doing 8-inch, they're basically 2x8s. they're really, you know, 5/4, so they're 1 1/4 inches thick. So really 1/8 plus 1/4 of an inch thick. So anyway, so I'm going to cut a couple of 1 1/4 inch slabs off the top here, and then I'll probably just stick them off to the side, flip this up to the side, and then, or yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We'll see how that works out. All right. Gosh, it is sunny and hot out here. So this is what I got so far with this first log. So you see, these are 1 1/4 inch thick slabs. And I gotta tell you, I got the power head installed on this HM136MAX. That thing has saved me so much time and effort. My shoulder, thanks you, Woodland Mills. But anyway, so I cut these 4 and it ended up being perfect. And so what I'm left with here, the bottom part here, is 8 inches thick. So now all I need to do is flip this around, square off this edge, square off this edge, and then I can just cut 1 1/4 inch lengths from that, and I get ready to go fence railings. Then from these, I can basically do the same thing. So I basically split this into 2 cants. But now I can go through, and maybe actually, so maybe that would have been a smarter thing, because now it'll be a little bit easier to handle because it's 4 separate things. But I guess next time I can sort of do the math, and maybe I can do the biggest block in an 8-inch wide section and then split the other 2. So instead of doing these 4 cuts here, I could have just left that one whole, do the 1 cut, and then I basically do the same thing with both of them. I'd be able to work with them separately so I can get different, anyway. It's all coming together. I'm trying to figure out the most efficient way to do this because I'm gonna have to blow through a lot of logs. And you know, you're not always gonna end up with a perfect cant to cut blanks from. So we're figuring it out as we go, baby. That's how we roll here. Anyway, gonna keep going. It's hot. Woo! All right. So this is what we're left with here. And so this is 8 inches wide by like 12 inches tall, however tall it is. And so now I can just cut, you know, however many rails I can get out of there. And then once I'm done with that, I can put these back on there, cut the tops off, and then cut them to size from there. There may be a couple here, these top 2. I might be able to get 2 fence rails out of each one of those. We'll have to see. And you'll see like the top of this board has, you know, some waves on it. So this first one might be a little bit of a waste, but that's fine. I can always use scrap wood. Sweating onto my glasses here. Anyway, we're looking good, and we'll see how this next one comes out. All right, so it is officially too hot for the camera to keep filming. Luckily, I found a spot in the shade, which is nice. So that one log, 3, 6, 9, wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11? I thought I had more than that. Well, I guess I didn't. So I ended up with 11 fence rails from that, which does not seem like a lot with the amount of work that I just put into it. But I think I also ended up with 4 2x4s, which is actually pretty good. And there were 2 on the edge there that weren't quite good enough. But anyway, so that was only a 20-inch diameter log. But so I think I may actually just go grab a giant log and cut it into 8-inch sections, 8-inch slabs, and then just mill it down from there. That may end up being a faster way, rather, because then I can just do a top cut. I can cut an 8-inch slab, I can take that off, I can flip the log over, do another top cut, do another 8-inch slab, and go from there. Because obviously, if I need 100 more rails, it's gonna take me 10 more logs that size. Now, luckily, I have bigger logs, but I think mostly what I have over there is kind of small. So maybe I'll switch over to one of my big logs and do that. But either way, I need to hydrate first of all. Second of all, it's hot as hell out here, and my camera can't film anyway. So I'll check in with you guys a little later today to see where I'm at. I'm gonna take a quick break, grab some water, can't die, and I'll be back. All right, so I'm not sure what I did right on the last one, but it went very well. I got 18 boards out of that. And it was a similar size too. I guess I did something a little bit different. But man, it is getting a little out of control over here. And I have all of these pieces over here, which are top cuts that I've milled into pieces that I can chip with the chipper. And I have been meaning to put the chipper on the tractor. Just busy, you know? Anyway, so I'm gonna see if I can mill one more log before I have to go. This blade is running dull, but I'm gonna see how long I can push it. I think I can get one more log out of it, but so I have to go help Catherine pack up her show, because we took 2 cars to it this morning. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish before I go, but I think I can at least get a cant out of this one. And I'm gonna see if I can get like a 16 by 16 so I can get 8 by 8s and then 8, 16, yeah, see if I can do that. Anyway, so I'll be back. All right, guys, next day. And this is the total pile of boards I ended up with. So it's just under 50, I think it's 49 boards, which is actually really good. Considering like how much stuff I actually did yesterday, including like driving, you know, spent 2 hours in the car, all kinds of stuff. But so I did some math and I think this is gonna be just enough to finish the panels that I have set up now. Now, so the only thing that I forgot about is, so we were talking about having the fence come from that corner of this house out to here and then to meet that over there. So I forgot I have to sink a couple more posts, and then gonna have like a gate right here. There's so much to do, but anyway, glad I got these all milled, which is nice, because as you'll see on this fence, we have some sections that are longer and some that are shorter. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. And maybe next time we'll be building the fence finally.